Welcome back to All About the Sound, making learning English easier with the 3P approach. We are continuing on with Chapter 3, Phonemic Awareness, all about those sounds that we're hearing and how to pronounce them. We are going to do a little review today. We're going to review what we've learned so far. Reviews like this that ask questions that you have to read and ask yourself and then read the answers for will help with learning English as well. And anytime we test our learning, if there's a bit of a challenge, we tend to learn a lot better. A challenge makes learning better. A little bit of anxiety, not too much, and not too little will help with our learning according to the Yerkes-Dodson law. But we are going to today hopefully test what you've read in the book, All About the Sound, if you have purchased the book. If you haven't purchased the book, I'm not asking you to purchase it, but it may be helpful to have it or have a copy on hand as we do these, but not absolutely necessary. They can be found on Amazon if you decide to buy one. I've also included on this YouTube channel, as a reminder, all the audio versions for each chapter to help you with your reading as well. When we're learning a new language, and we're reading especially, it's good to have the sounds, especially if we're talking about phonemic awareness and if the book is entitled All About the Sound. We want to hear what we're reading as well, and it will help with our language comprehension and learning. So this little presentation is going to be a review of what we have learned. I'm going to ask several multiple choice questions, meaning that I will give you a question with 4 possible answers or 2 possible answers, and you will choose the best answer. So it's going to involve reading comprehension as well as just understanding what was read and what we're seeing. So this chapter again is on phonemic awareness about sounds. So you're not going to see words so much in how they're spelled, but how they are notated phonetically. So remember, we're not using the letters of the alphabet, though they may look very much like the letters of the alphabet. We're using phonetic symbols and phonetic notations when we discuss phonetic awareness. So have a piece of paper and a pen handy if you care to write these answers down. Pause the video at any time. I will read the question and then go through every possible answer, give you a few minutes to answer yourself, and then I will proceed to answer the question before moving on to the next one. Hope you're ready. We'll see you soon. So I wrote a sentence in phonetic notations on this slide. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 words. 5 words. Just have a look for a second and see if you can answer. See what that actually is. See if you can pronounce what's being asked of you phonetically to pronounce. Again, these are phonetic symbols, phonetic notations, not the letters of the alphabet, though they may appear to be just like the letters of the alphabet. Some will anyway. So take a minute, see if you can get this. I skipped ahead without giving you the answer to that, but we will look at that at the end of this presentation. So let's start with some multiple choice questions to test your learning and comprehension. The basic unit of sound in a word is the. The basic unit of sound in a word is the A. Grapheme. Grapheme. B. Morpheme. Morpheme. C. Phoneme. phoneme, or D, no name. And if you find that I'm not giving you enough time to answer, just pause right here, give yourself some time, and then just flick it back on. The correct answer is C, phoneme. This chapter is all about phonemes, the basic unit of sound. In each word is phoneme, and there can be many phonemes in one word. How many phonemes are there in English? How many phonemes are there in English? Less than 44 phonemes? Or B, possibly more than 44 phonemes? Is there less than 44 phonemes in the English language or more than 44 phonemes in English? As I've said before, I believe there to be more than 44 phonemes. There's at least 44 phonemes in English, and there may even be, as far as I'm concerned, 48 phonemes. Once again, if I'm answering the questions too quickly, you can pause and take your time. Put the video on pause and then click back on when you're ready. Number 3, how many vowel sounds heard in Canadian English possibly? How many vowel sounds are heard in Canadian English possibly? Again, what I think, not necessarily what others think. 44 vowel sounds, 26 vowel sounds, 22 vowel sounds, or 14 vowel sounds. How many vowel sounds are heard in Canadian English? 44, 26, 22, or 14? And the answer to that is there are 22 vowel sounds. I believe there to be 22 vowel sounds heard in Canadian English. There are 44 plus phonemes altogether, that's including the consonant sounds. I believe there to be about 26 consonant sounds, and 14 of our vowel sounds are monophthongs. But altogether, there are 22 vowel sounds in Canadian English. Let's continue on. Number 4, the pronunciation of vowel sounds depends mostly on. The pronunciation of vowel sounds depends mostly on A, whether we need air from the lungs, pulmonic or not, non-pulmonic. Whether we need air from the lungs, pulmonic, or not, meaning we don't need air from the lungs, non-pulmonic. Or is it B, whether we have voiced vibrations or unvoiced vibrations in the throat? Whether we have voice vibrations or unvoiced vibrations in the throat? Or is it C, and how we open and round the mouth and where we place the tongue? On how we open and round the mouth and where we place the tongue? Or is it D, on things like clicks, implosives, or ejectives? The pronunciation of vowel sounds depends mostly on which of these four things. If you said C, you are absolutely correct. Our pronunciation of vowel sounds depends on how open and rounded the mouth is and where the tongue is placed. When I showed you the vowel chart from the IPA, it said on one column going down, things like open, closed, closed midway, open, and open. It also said front, central, and back, referring to the placement of the tongue. Now, the pulmonic and non-pulmonic, the need for air or the no need for air, are what we need for the consonant sounds. Whether we have voice vibrations or unvoiced vibrations are for our consonant sounds. And clicks, implosives, and ejectives are our non-pulmonic consonant sound articulations. So the answer to this question is on how we open and round the mouth and where we place the tongue is what is needed for the pronunciation of vowel sounds. Let's move on. Which of the following is a combination of two vowel sounds? Which of the following is a combination of two vowel sounds? A monophthong, or a diphthong, or a diphthong, sorry. Monophthong or diphthong? And the answer to that question is B, diphthong. A diphthong has two vowel sounds. The word root, thong, in this word means sound. It's a Latin term for sound. Sound. Mono means one, so if it's a monophthong, it is one sound. Di means two, so if it's a diphthong, it is two sounds. So the following is a combination of two sounds is a diphthong. And we're going on further. Number 6. Which of the following is a monophthong, meaning one sound? Which of the following is a monophthong? And I'm just going to show you the phonetic symbols for these sounds. A, is it this one? B, is it this one? C, is it this one? Or D, is it this one? And if I'm answering too quickly, just pause the video and take your time. But the correct answer for this is A. That merged A and E looking symbol is the short A sound for ah. It's one sound, ah, as in cat. Okay, it's the vowel sound for cat. I know the other ones are diphthongs, by the fact that they have two combined phonetic symbols. That horseshoe U is a symbol all by itself, but together with the schwa E, the upside down E, schwa E, we have a different sound. We make a diphthong. Same with the A and the Y. So A by itself, what looks like an A, it's a phonetic symbol, not the letter A, and what looks like a Y, the phonetic symbol for Y, they both make a different sound. One has A, A. And then that C and Y, two different symbols making a sound. So most times you'll be able to look at the symbol and say those are two symbols, so I know it's a diphthong. They're combining to make one sound. But there are exceptions because Canada likes those Y's at the end of some of their sounds. So in what looks like an IY, which stands for E sound, that is a monophthong. But in most cases, if you look at something like the AY and the CY, they're diphthongs because there's two phonetic symbols in the word. But the answer to this one is A-E, as in cat. Number 7. What position is the mouth in, or what is the mouth like, and where is the tongue when we pronounce the phoneme, which is an I and a Y? And that is E, E, E. Okay, where is the mouth and tongue when we say E, E? Mouth is closed, tongue is front. Mouth is mid-closed, tongue is central. Or mouth is open, tongue is back. E, 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 E. And the correct answer is A. Mouth is closed, tongue is front. Again, go back to your IPA chart that I asked you to download in the vowel section, the vowel chart, and you will see that the first phoneme that is seen on that chart is this I, O-I. Okay, so this E is the first phoneme, and it will show you that it's closed in front. We're moving on again. What color, number 8, is associated with the drop of the tongue and jaw to make the ah sound? What color is associated with the drop of the tongue and jaw to make the ah vowel sound? Is it yellow? Is it red? Is it purple? Or is it olive? Kind of gave you a hint there. Yellow, red, purple, or olive? And the correct answer is D, olive, olive. Number 9, how many consonant sounds may there be in Canadian English? How many consonant sounds? 44, B 26, C 22, or D 14? How many consonant sounds may there be in Canadian English? And the correct answer is B, 26 consonant sounds. And again, that's what I'm counting, not necessarily what others agree with. We're moving on again. Number 10. There are less articulations to consider when making a consonant sound than there is when making a vowel sound. There are less articulations to consider when making a consonant sound than there is when making a vowel sound. Is that A, true, or B, false? The answer to that is false, as we've seen from our look at the IPA phonemic consonant charts and the other things that are there on the chart for consonant sounds. There are many more descriptors and many more articulations for consonant sounds than there are for vowel sounds. So that question, the answer to that is false. There are more articulations to consider when making a consonant sound. Number 11. In a voiceless sound, you will feel a vibration over the throat when you pronounce the sound. In a voiceless consonant sound, you will feel a vibration over the throat when you pronounce the sound. Is that A, true, or B, false? And the answer is false. In a voiceless consonant sound, you will feel no vibration because we don't need the vocal cords to work the same way. In a voiced consonant sound, we will feel the vibration in the throat. The answer to number 11 is false. Number 12. Most English consonant sounds are pulmonic and require air from the lungs to make them. Most English consonant sounds are pulmonic and require air from the lungs to make them. Is that A, true, or B, false? The answer to this question is true. Consonant sounds can be either pulmonic, requiring air from the lungs, or non-pulmonic, not requiring air from the lungs. English, remember, is a very breathy language. We need our air to get these words pronounced correctly. So the answer is true. Most English consonant sounds are pulmonic and require air from the lungs to make them. We're moving on. Which word can you find that snake-like S in that makes the voiceless sh in? The voiceless sh in. Which of these words? Vision, A. Visual, leisure, or ship. And you can place your hand over your throat, feel for those vibrations to see if you can feel it. The one you're not feeling the vibration in will be the correct answer. And the correct answer is ship. I will feel the vibration with vision. I'll feel the vibration with visual. I'll feel the vibration with leisure. But when I say ship, I do not feel the vibration. Now I'm going to ask you to take a pen and paper and go back to your charts and see if you can write the phonetic symbols for the following things. I'm going to give you a few minutes. If I'm not giving you enough time or you fear that I won't, just pause the video here and come back when you're ready. Write down the phonetic symbols for the following things that you'll be seeing. I promise not to make the words too big. Is this what you got? So the sounds we're hearing are ka-at, ka-at. Three sounds, ka-at, ka-at. So my phonetic notation is in between two slashes, and the K that you see there is not the letter K, it's the phonetic symbol K, making a K sound. The A merged with the E is the A sound, and the T is the T sound. Cat, cat, cat. What about this one? You can pause if you're not ready, but I'm going to go on. This is the symbol that you will see. Again, between two slashes, we have three sounds, three phonemes that we're hearing. Right? The da, ag. So d, d, g, g, dog. That A, again, none of these are letters. So though they look like letters and our Roman letters are identical to them, we're not referring to the grapheme. We were looking at it as a phonetic symbol for the sound. So that D is the D, you see there. A is the phonetic symbol for A, and then we got the G sound. Da-ag, dag. I should have said og. That A is a. Dog, dog. What about this one? If you're not ready to move on, just pause here. Get back to me when you can. This is what we're seeing. Now there's two choices. You'll see both phonetic symbols are in between two slashes, as they will be in your dictionary. And both contain three phonemes. Okay? The first phoneme is a t, represented by what looks like a lowercase t. Then we have the r, which looks like a lowercase r. And in the first one, we have an I followed by those two colons. And that means we're doing E. E. In Canada, IY, those looks like IY, the letters, is the phonetic symbol for E. E. So you can see either or of those. Tree. We got the ta, ra, e. Ta, ra, e. Tree. And last but not least, what are you seeing there? And if you're not ready to move on, pause, but I'm going to show you the correct notation. So again, we have the notation between two slashes. We have a total of 3 phonemes, 3 sounds we're going to hear. That K, that looks like a K, is the K phoneme, K. What looks like an upside down V is the short U sound, and then we have the P sound. That looks like a short lowercase p. So we have cup, 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 cup for our phonetic notation. Cup. So we're going to go back to that little phonetic notation I gave you at the beginning of this PowerPoint. Remember what that was? It looked like this. So we can see by our slashes, our words and slashes, that we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 words in this sentence. And we'll start with the first word. Okay. So we are hearing here a first letter is a lowercase L. Okay, it looks like a lowercase L, and it's making that L sound. L, L. Now, the thing that we see that looks like a backwards 3 followed by a colon is an R-controlled sound. So we got Then our next sound, so that's 2 sounds. We've got 2 phonemes we've gone through. The third phoneme is n, that nasal nose. So we got 3 sounds so far. That uppercase I makes a sound. And then we see the funny looking N with the slash towards it, which usually makes an NG kind of sound. Ing, ing, ing. Okay, so we have 5 phonemes. We had the we have the we had the n, we had the and we had the ing. The ing. So learning, learning, learning. That's how we pronounce what we've seen there. Let's go to the next word. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 phonemes in that word. The first one is the followed by that Then we have a g, then a then we got that again, and then that funny looking snake makes the sh sound. Okay, so those are 5 sounds, or 6 sounds that we're hearing. We're hearing the g, s, sh, which is let's try it slowly. N, ing, 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 ingle, ingle, ish. English, English, learning English. Then we go to the next one, which is again 3 sounds fall in between those brackets. We have 3 sounds, okay? 3 phoneme. We see 3 phonetic symbols in that phonetic notation. They're not letters, they're phonetic symbols. The first one is the k, k, k. The second one is the e, e, e. And the third one is the n. So we have ka, n, can, can. Learning English can. What do you think the next one is? That we have the b sound, the b sound. Then we have the E sound, that long E sound. That was just like we see over in the, it can be an IY or it can be an I colon. They're both the same. So we have B, B, B. Putting those 2 sounds together, we get B. Learning English can be, what do you think the next one is? I know you know this one. We have the F. We have the short U sound, that's upside down B, and the N. So we have fun, 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 fun. Learning English can be fun. There you go. So that's looking at phonetic symbols and notations, not the alphabet. So there we did it. We got through another review, and I hope that you're not getting frustrated by these reviews. You do not have to answer anything correctly all the time. This is just to test you and challenge you. We learn best when we're challenged. We need to test our own knowing and learning by asking ourselves questions and being asked questions. And this will help us to not only learn English, but learn anything related to phonemic awareness. So I'm hoping that you got something from this little review and that you will continue on into the next chapter with me, which will be chapter 4, phonological awareness. Will still all be all about the sound, but we're going to break it down into certain sections of sound recognition that we will be taking part in. For now, thank you so much for joining me. Congratulations on getting this far. Give yourself a big pat on the back, and if I could, I would give you one too. Well, thank you so much. Have a wonderful day.